Hi, Cesar.
Hola.
Hi, Maureen again.
Yeah, nice
Hello.
to see you again.
Nice
Hi,
to see you.
hi, Pablo. Are you there, Pablo? And we see Hussein. Nice to see you again. And we have Renata. Is that your name?
Yes.
Hi,
Hello, Maureen.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Hi.
too.
Hi, Maureen. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
hi, Pablo.
Again.
Yes, nice to see you again. Thanks for coming to my class. So before we get started, let's introduce ourselves
Me
to
too.
each
I can
other.
hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay, I'm going to turn up my sound. You try turning up your sound too. Okay? Can you hear me? Okay, so
Yes, nice to see you again. Me too, me too.
good.
Thank you to you.
You're welcome. So Renata, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil? And how
Yeah.
long have you been learning English?
Oh, I think I have tried to learn English for all my life, but in seriously, since last year.
Oh, very good. So you're putting in a lot of effort.
Yes.
Great. Okay, well, I'm glad to have you in my class.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Kwong, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, hello teacher.
I'm glad to see that you're in another class.
Yeah, nice to meet you again.
So when you've already met me, you can say, nice to see you again.
Oh, nice to see you again. Yes.
Exactly. Nice to see you again, too. And Pablo, will you introduce yourself to our class? Pablo, are you there? Okay, let's move on. So Omar, hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, fine. I'm good, thanks. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for coming back to my class. Yeah, I think Pablo might be having some problems. We'll come back. Hussein, nice to see you again. How are you today?
Uh, Hello, Maureen. I'm very fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm great. It's a good day. So let's see,
Very good.
we have a new student, David. Hi there. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thanks.
And where are you from, David?
Brazil,
Brazil. What part of Brazil?
next to São Paulo.
Oh, and are you excited for the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
It's going to be a great time to be in Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for joining my class. And we have Cesar. Will you introduce yourself to the class?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Will you introduce yourself?
Okay. I don't know. I am Cesar. I live in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
I am industrial engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I am 27 years old, and today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yay!
No more.
I'm glad, yeah, I'm glad you're here in my class on your birthday. That's wonderful. Thanks for coming.
Yes. Is
Okay, and we have one more student to introduce. What is your name? Abdallah?
Hi, how are you, teacher?
Hi, am I saying your name correctly?
Sorry again.
Am I saying your name correctly? Is it Abdallah?
Yes, it's right.
Okay.
Abdullah.
And where are you from?
Well, my name is Abdullah. I am from Palestine. I'm 25, and I'm working in the IT field as a first job, and my second job is boxing trainer.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, you do look like a boxer in your picture. Okay, thanks for coming. Yeah, thank you for coming to my class. And we have Nader, our other student. Can you introduce yourself, Nader? Will you introduce yourself to the class, please?
Hello, this is Nader from Saudi Arabia.
And how long have you been learning English?
How long have I been learning English, or how long have I been here in Verbling?
How long have you been learning English?
Maybe since elementary school.
Oh, okay. Okay, so for a long time. Well, I'm glad you're here today. We're going to be learning about phrasal verbs. Oh, sorry, I don't think I introduced Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, everybody.
Mohammed, is this your first class at Verbling?
Not in Verbling, but with you, yes.
Yes,
it's first class.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
So where are you from, Mohammed?
I am from France.
France, and what part of France?
20. In Paris. In Paris.
Oh, okay,
Paris.
Wonderful. Okay, that's great. So to introduce myself, my name is Maureen. That can be a difficult name. It's like the word more and then Maureen. Okay? And today we're going to be learning about phrasal verbs. So I have a presentation, and I'm going to start the screen share. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm from California, so I speak American English, and the phrases we're going to learn today are American English phrasal verbs, okay? So sometimes phrasal verbs can be different in British English, and it's important to know if you're going to study American English or British English, okay? So let's get started. I'm just going to turn on the screen share, and we'll get going. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to start our presentation. Okay, so I made a special presentation. Can everyone see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Our lesson today is 20 phrasal verbs you should know. Okay, so I'm going to introduce a phrasal verb, and then I want each of you to practice by using it in a sentence. Okay, so we're going to be learning, and we're going to be using them in conversation.
Yes.
Okay, so number one, add up. Okay, so all of these phrasal verbs are verbs plus a preposition, and they together have a different meaning that's subtle and sometimes hard to know. So there are several meanings for the phrasal verb add up. The first one can be to be added together and equal the expected or correct total. For example, we added up the apples, there were 12. Okay? So if everyone, when I'm speaking, could you turn off your sound, and then when it's your turn to talk, turn the sound back on, because then we won't hear an echo. Okay? So you can use this verb, this phrasal verb, when you are counting something, okay? And it also can mean to make sense, such as to seem logical or true, okay? And most of the time we use it in the negative sense, such as Her story didn't add up. I think she was lying. It didn't make sense. Okay? So when you don't believe someone, when you think they're lying, you can say, it doesn't add up. And it basically means the facts don't add up. Okay? So these are the two meanings of the phrasal verb to add up. So let's practice them in a sentence. I'm going to start with Omar. Omar, can you use add up in a sentence?
Yeah. For example, I can say the bill doesn't add up.
Yes. The bill doesn't add up, so the money that they charged you is not the same as the money that you owe them. Good. That's a great example. Okay, I want to hear from Abdallah. Could you use add up in a sentence?
Actually, I don't get the meaning of
Okay.
this, the add up.
So there's two meanings. One is that what we just used in the example, the money that you can see or the amount is not what it should be. Such as we added up the bill and the amount is incorrect. Or we added up the number of students in the class and there were 9, for example. Or
Does
it can
mean
also
count?
pretty much, yes, it can mean the same as to count. Okay? And it can also mean whether something seems true or not. Okay? And so most of the time we use it to mean that we don't think it's true, that we think someone is lying. For example, could say, my brother borrowed my car and he crashed it. His story didn't add up. I think he ran it into a tree. Okay? So, do you want to give it a try?
Okay, my friend, my manager tell me he doing all thing in this project, but I think he add up this. He add up that.
You could say,
we.
but you can say it didn't add up, or his story didn't add up.
His story, it is not add up.
Yes, it does not add up. That's right. Okay, good. You used it correctly. So you said, my manager says he is doing everything in this project, but it does not add up. And what it means to everyone is that you think the manager is lying, or you think that he might be telling something that's not completely true. Okay. Good job. Let's move on to our next one. Does everyone understand what it means to add up? Most of the time we use the phrase her story or his story didn't add up. Okay, so think of it that way. Okay? Yes?
What's the difference between add and add up?
So to add means you could join something, you can bring more, or you can get more of something. So you could say, we added 4 apples. When we added them up, there were 12. So added up means to count all of them, and add just means to bring more or to get more. Okay? For example, we could say, I added another student to the lesson. When we added up the students, there were 10.
Okay.
Okay? This one's a little trickier. There'll be some easier ones in there, but that's the one That's the first one we have. And next we have blow up, okay? You might have heard this before. To blow up can have a few different meanings. It can have its literal meaning, to fill something with air or gas. So when it's your birthday, like today is Cesar's birthday, so happy birthday. And when it's your birthday, you can blow up balloons for the party. Okay? It can also mean to explode or to cause something, such as a bomb, to explode. So we've probably all heard this phrase, the building was blown up, or the car was blown up, or they blew up the car in the past with a bomb. And they use this term a lot in action movies, okay? So in an action movie, there'll be lots of cars and buildings and other buildings like houses blowing up. So it just means the same as to explode. And then the third meaning is for people. When people explode or when people blow up, they become very angry, okay? So if you know a person who gets angry very quickly, you can say they blow up. For example, when I said I couldn't go to her party, she blew up. And that means the same thing as when I said I couldn't go to her party, she got very angry. Okay, so let's practice these a little. Renata, will you give one a try? And you can pick which meaning you want and try to use it in a sentence, to blow up.
Oh, okay. The gas blew up in my street.
The what?
Oh, I don't know the name. It is gas or gas station.
Oh, yeah, gas station.
Yes, blow up in my street.
Good, yeah. So the gas station on my street, if it happened in the past, you would say blew up.
Blew up.
Good, yes. Okay, well that's no good. That's pretty dangerous. Okay, good. Thank you, Renata. How about David?
The terrorists blew up a bomb in the building.
Good. Okay, the terrorists blew up a bomb in a building. And some of the other examples, such as the first one, to fill something with air or gas. Let's say you have a pool party and you want to go on a pool toy. So you have to blow it up with air. So you could say, I'm going to use this pool toy, but first I have to blow it up. Okay? And how about the last one? Will someone use the example of it blow up to become very angry? How about Hussein? Can you give that one a try?
Yes, maybe. When my mother learned when my mother got informed that my brother didn't go to school, she blew up.
Perfect. Yes. She blew up. She got very angry. Okay. Does everyone understand blow up? There's a few different meanings, but I think you all understand. So let's move on to our next one. Bring up. Okay? Similar sounding, but it means something totally different. So to bring up can mean to take care of and teach a child, someone who's growing up. So, for example, their parents brought them up because their parents were always traveling. So it means the same as the person who raises you. Okay, they bring you up. Or it can also mean to mention something when talking, to start talking about something. Okay? It's more common to use the second definition. For example, don't bring up the fight again, please. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, does that make sense? So who needs to try? Let's go with Kwang. Kwang, can you try using bring up in a sentence?
Yes. Mm. In the meeting, he bring up the very interesting problem.
Good. In the meeting, you would have to say, remember, a third person, he brings up.
He brings up.
The interrupting problem?
Yes.
Good. That's perfect. So someone can say, let's say you're going to a dinner and you don't want to talk about your job. So you tell your friend, please don't bring up my job, or don't bring up my work. I don't want to talk about it. Or you can say, if someone brings something up, you can say, oh, now that you've brought that up, let's talk about this. Okay? Good. Next, we have call off. Okay? Call off. So this has a few meanings. It can mean to stop doing or planning to do something. Here's a really good example. Maria called off the wedding. She decided she didn't love him. Okay? And the second meaning is to cause or tell a person or animal to stop attacking or chasing. For example, call off your dog. He's attacking my cat. So make him stop. Call him off. Okay? So calling something off has to do with stopping something. Okay? Let's hear from Nader. Will you use call off in a sentence?
Our boss couldn't make it to the meeting, so we had to call it off.
That is perfect. Our boss couldn't make it to the meeting, so we had to call it off. That's a perfect example. Okay? Let's hear from Mohammed. Mohammed, do you want to use it in a sentence? Mohammed, are you there? Okay, let's go with Cesar. Cesar, can you use call off in a sentence? Are you guys still there? I have to check. You're still here.
We can hear you, Maureen.
Yes.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, teacher. I call off my English class because I don't have time.
Okay, yes. Okay, so you canceled it. You stopped it. Called it off. Very good. Okay, and now we have something that's almost the opposite. Carry on. Okay? Maybe some of you have seen these posters that say, keep calm and carry on. Has anyone seen that?
Yes.
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 Okay. So you might have an idea what it means. It means to continue to do what you have been doing. Okay? And the second meaning is to behave or speak in an excited or foolish way. Okay? So the first one just means to continue doing what you've been doing. For example, sorry I interrupted, carry on talking. So keep going. And the second example is totally different. It means to talk a lot. For example, the little boy was carrying on, shouting and kicking all day long. Okay? So there's two very different meanings. So let's hear again from Renata. Will you give it a try?
Yes. Go ahead. Carry on your job.
Good. Carry on your job, or even better, you could say carry on your work, meaning keep on working.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Renata. How about Abdallah? Will you use carry on in a sentence?
Okay. Don't watch the TV, please. Carry on your study.
Perfect. Carry on with your studying. Very good. That one is very clear. So now, in the example, keep calm and carry on, who wants to guess what that poster means?
What?
Who wants to guess what the poster means when it says keep calm and carry on? What do they mean?
Keep going.
I mean,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't give up.
Don't give up, okay? When you see that poster, it means that maybe times are difficult, but we should keep calm and carry on. Keep doing what we've been doing. Very good.
It was produced in Second War.
Mm-hmm. During the Second World War, so people would maintain their calm, they would stay peaceful, and they would just keep working hard to win the war. Keep calm and carry on. Very good. Next we have come across.
Do you can write this in the book chat box?
Sure. Mm-hmm. I'll write that. Let me just stop this screen share for a second. It's gonna. There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
Back to, next we have come across, okay? This is a really important one. It has 3 distinct meanings. The first meaning is to seem to have a particular quality or character, to make a particular impression. For example, Julia came across as a bit bossy. Okay? So to have a quality, came across. So for example, as an English teacher, I hope I come across as patient. Okay? And come across is to be expressed to someone. For example, I tried to sound happy, but it came across as overexcited. Okay? So this is how someone interprets your emotions. Okay? And the last definition is to meet or find something or someone by chance. For example, Luis was leaving the fruit shop and he came across Tom. What a coincidence. So there's a few different meanings to choose from. So let's hear from, let's see, Mohammed, can you give this one a try? And try to use come across in a sentence.
Yes. In summer, past summer, I came across Zinedine Zidane.
Perfect. So you ran into someone, right?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. And how about Omar? Give it a try.
Okay. I want to came across as a good speaker.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Well, okay.
Okay, so you're saying, I want to come across as a good speaker. Okay, so you want to appear to have a certain quality. Very good. Okay. Are we ready to move on, or does anyone else want to try using come across?
I can say I come across with my father in the market.
You could say, yeah, I came across my father in the market. So you ran into him or you met with him. But it always, come across is an accident. So it's like in the market, I accidentally came across my father.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Could you please give more example for the second meaning?
Yes, okay. So, for example, you could say, I was nervous on my date, so I came across as hyperactive. Well, that's a big word. I won't use that. Let me use a different example. I was nervous on my date, so I came across as crazy. Okay? Or you could say, can you turn off the sound on your side, please? So we don't have an echo? Thank you. Okay, so you could say, in my job interview, I came across as very professional.
Yes, okay.
So it's how you appear to someone. It's similar to the first description. They're very similar to each other. Okay. So the first one is the person has the quality, and the second one is the person appears to have the quality.
So
okay.
we use came across as.
Yeah.
Yes.
They go together. I came across as, if you're saying how you appeared to someone.
Okay.
Very good. Good question. Next we have come up with. Okay? Come up with. This can mean to get or think of something that is needed or wanted. For example, we finally came up with a solution to the problem. Okay? Or another example is, I didn't have anything to wear, so my sister came up with a dress. Okay? To find something or get something that is needed. Who wants to try using come up with in a sentence? This is maybe a little trickier. Let's see. David, can you give it a try?
I hope the physicians came up with a new medicine for HIV.
Perfect. That is a great example. I hope the physicians come up with a new medicine for HIV. Very good. Next we have fall apart. Okay, this has a few meanings. The first one is to break into parts in usually a sudden or unexpected way. For example, my cake fell apart when I tried to cut it. It broke into different pieces. Okay, and the second definition is to become unable to live in a normal way because you are experiencing a lot of confusion or emotional pain. Okay, so when somebody has a really hard time and they become very sad or depressed, you can say they fall apart. After the divorce, she fell apart. Okay, she was crying, she couldn't sleep, she fell apart. Now, who wants to try that one in a sentence? Can I hear from Nader? Can you try that one in a sentence?
Community is falling apart.
Can you repeat?
I think we need to make a change because the community is falling apart.
Very good. Very good. Okay. I think we can move on to the next one. Next we have get along. Okay. It has several meanings. The first one is to be or remain friendly. Okay, this is the most important one. We are not together anymore, but we get along great. It means that you are friendly and you can be with each other and you don't fight. Okay, so a person might say to their children, please, you have to get along. Get along with your brother and get along with your sister. Okay? The second definition is to make progress while doing something. For example, how are you getting along at playing the guitar? Okay, so if someone asks you, how are your English classes going? You can say, I'm getting along, which means you're making some progress, you're learning. I'm getting along. You can say to get along, to leave a place. And this is very much a slang term, okay? It was lovely to see you, but my friend has to get along. She has class, so she has to leave. And the last one is to become old. Okay, this is not very common to use in this way. Her grandmother is getting along. She's almost 99. Okay? You might say her grandma is getting along in age. She's almost 99. Okay? But the most common definition is the first one, to be or remain friendly. For example, I get along with my brother, but I don't get along with my sister. So let's hear from Cesar. Do you want to give that one a try?
I don't know. I get along when I help for.
Okay, well, we can come back to you. Mohammed, will you give it a try?
My friend, it's get along with for driver her car.
Your driver gets along. Can you repeat that?
My friend, it's first time with he drive a car.
Oh, okay.
It's get along.
But he gets along. That's good. Okay, so you're saying it's your friend's first time driving a car, but he gets along. Good. You can use it that way. That is the second definition. Okay? And number 10, we have get away. Okay? So there's a few definitions. To go away from a place. Okay? And it says, I cannot wait to get away from the city. Means like to go on a little vacation. Number 2, to avoid being caught, to escape. For example, the thieves managed to get away in a stolen car. Okay? And that is also used when thieves steal something, they might have a getaway car. Has anyone heard that term before? A getaway car? It's the car they use to get away, okay, to escape. And next we have to be not criticized or punished for something. And this is very common to use when you're talking about children. For example, Yvonne is always lying. I can't understand how she gets away with it. So when you do something bad and you are not punished, you can say that you got away with it or you get away with it, okay? For example, a child could not do their homework and then their parent says, did you do your homework? And they lie. But the parent doesn't find out, so they get away with it. Okay, so this one's a good one. Let's hear from Hussein. Can you give it a try? And use get away in a sentence?
Yes. While the children were playing in the zoo, they saw a lion, and they said to each other, if we had better if we get away from here, because the animal,
Good.
the animal was wild. And
so they said to each other, we had better get away. So they have got to go away from that place because they're in danger. Okay. Very good. That's a great example. I like how creative you were. Kwong.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kwong, give it a try.
I can't say.
Just and last yesterday I got away from the student, but from my school, but my teacher doesn't know, and I get away with it.
Oh, very good, Kwong. You used 2 definitions of get away in 1 sentence.
Yeah.
That deserves a round of applause. Good job. So Kwong said, yesterday I got away from school and my teacher didn't find out, so I got away with it. Very good. You used the first and third definition. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And next we have get over. This is a really important one to know, especially if you've ever had your heart broken. So the first one is to stop being controlled or bothered by something, such as a problem or a feeling. For example, I got over my fear of flying. I stopped being bothered by my fear of flying. To stop feeling unhappy about something, and this is the most common way that people use the phrasal verb get over. Finally, Kylie got over her ex-boyfriend. So when someone is broken up with and they leave a relationship, everyone will tell them, you'll get over it. You'll move on. You'll get over it. And then the last one is to become healthy again after an illness. Okay, so if you get sick and then you get better, you've gotten over it. So, for example, have you heard Dave has gotten over the flu? Okay, which means he's no longer sick from the flu. Does everyone know what the flu is? That's it's like a cold, but every year there's one flu, and it's a virus that a lot of people get that makes them very sick for a few days, and it happens in winter. So everyone says winter is flu season. Okay? I had the flu this year, and I was sick for 4 days, but I got over it. Okay, let's hear from Omar. Why don't you give it a try?
Okay. It takes a lot of time to get over the problem with a computer system.
Good. Okay. It takes a lot of time to get over a problem with a computer system, to stop being bothered by it or to resolve it. I thought you were going to say it takes a lot of time to get over being in love, which is how most people use the phrase. It's mostly used when people are unhappy about their relationship ending, or they have fallen in love, and someone says, you have to get over it. It's over, get over it. Okay? Or to get over a fear. So, for example, I got over my fear of the dark. Okay? Good. Or get over an illness. For example, you can say, my friend had cancer, but they got over it, and they're healthy now. Okay, let's keep moving because we were supposed to do 20 in this class, and we have 15 minutes. So number 12 is give up. This means to stop an activity or effort, to admit that you cannot do something and stop trying, okay? It can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you give up. For example, we all gave up smoking on January 1st, okay? So if you quit something that's bad, then it's a good thing to give it up. If you quit something that's good, it's a bad thing to give it up. For example, I might say, every year I try to exercise, but I always give up. Okay, let's hear from Abdallah. Can you give that one a try and use give up in a sentence?
Okay. When I be in fight in boxing, I will never give up.
Ah, fantastic. I thought you might say something like boxers never give up. Okay, they fight until the end. Great job.
Yeah.
Next we're going to move on so we can cover all 20 in our 15 minutes. So I hope I'm not going too fast, but I'll leave you guys with a link so you can look these up on your own. Number 13 is go on. So this has several meanings. Number 1 is to continue. For example, they landed in Paris and went on to Montpellier. Okay? Number 2 is to go or travel to a place before another person or group that is with you. For example, you go on to the restaurant. I'll come in 10 minutes. You might have heard this in a war movie. A soldier is hurt and he says, "Go on without me. Leave me here." Okay? The most common way we use this phrase is letter C, to happen. What's going on? What's happening? Okay? I'm sure all of you have heard this before. What's going on? And you might even use it in your own language. What's going on? What's new? What's happening? And then D is used in speech to urge someone to do something. For example, go on, try it. It's delicious. So it's encouragement. Okay? So let's hear from Hussein. Can you try to use go on in a sentence?
Yeah. Yeah. Go on. Don't give up. Just go on. Don't give up to
Perfect.
study. You will pass your exam. Just go on. Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad you also used our other phrasal verb, give up. Go on. Don't give up. You can do it. Good job.
I want to ask about something, please.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
When I and my friend be in the gym and he tried to lift heavy weight, can I say go on?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Go on. Okay, I can use it.
You can say, like, in fact, they use it a lot in athletics, in sports. For example, if you're cheering someone on, you can say, go on, go on, go on, you can do it.
Yeah,
So
like
you
that.
can definitely say that to your friend, like, go on. You've got this.
Okay.
Go on. Mm-hmm. Good.
With the meaning is continue, is it the same with carry on?
Yes, pretty much. Carry on means to do something you've already been doing, to keep doing it.
Yes.
And to go on can mean that they were, for example, they were traveling and then they decided to go on to the next place. So it means really, in this case, to continue on a trip. For example, I could say, I got in my car to drive to San Francisco and I decided to go on to Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on so we can at least get a few more in. Hold on. There has two meanings. It has two meanings: to have or keep your hand, arms tightly around something. You'll hear this if you go on a roller coaster. Hold on to the railing. That way you won't fall. Hold on. And if you were in my class on household items, we talked about the bar in the shower. You hold on to that bar so you don't slip in the shower. And the other meaning is to succeed in keeping a position or a condition. For example, I will hold on to my job until May. People also use this to mean that you can't do something. For example, he was always unemployed. He couldn't hold on to a job. Okay, so let's hear from Renata. Could you try to use hold on in a sentence, please?
Oh, okay. She held on that sad situation for a while.
Good, yes. So she held on, if it happened in the past, she held on to a sad situation for a while. She needed to let go. Great, thank you. We'll keep moving on unless there's someone else who wants to practice hold on. Okay, we have look forward to. This one is what I think is the most important phrasal verb for you to learn in this class. Okay, so to look forward to is used very often in our everyday speech. Okay, it means to expect something with pleasure. Okay, so for example, William is really looking forward to going on holiday. Okay? I am really looking forward to summer vacation. Okay? You can also say, I look forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to our class together. So let's hear from Kwong. Can you try using look forward to in a sentence?
Okay. I am looking forward to a run friend.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear from Cesar. Give that one a try.
No, teacher.
No? Okay.
No.
You could say, Cesar, I'm looking forward to my birthday.
I'm looking forward to my birthday.
Great. Okay, and now you don't have to. It's today. Okay, we have number 16. Pass out. This is very useful to know if you're very tired. Okay, it means to fall asleep or become unconscious. Okay, Lisa was so tired she got home and passed out on the sofa. It also can mean to give something or to several or many people. For example, I passed out leaflets with information on our course. It's more common to say pass out when you mean fall asleep, but you also might want to know that people use this to mean someone had too much alcohol and they fell asleep. For example, Michael passed out on the couch after he drank 6 beers. Okay? And let's hear from David. Can you use pass out in a sentence?
Okay. I passed out very quickly yesterday.
So you must have been very tired.
Yeah.
Good. We have 17, put down. This has several meanings. The first one is to place something on a table or on the floor. For example, you can put the suitcases down in the bedroom or put your glass down on the table. It can mean to write something or to record something in writing. For example, he put down his memories to write a book when he was older. If you call someone on the phone, they might say, put down this message. I'll be home at 10. Okay? And letter C, to give an amount of money as a first payment when you're buying something that costs a lot of money. For example, my husband and I are going to put down some money to buy that house in the center of town. So you might put down money to hold on to something you want to buy. The last one is to kill an animal in a way that causes little pain because it is injured or sick. For example, Jessica had to have her rabbit put down. It was very sick. So when your dog or cat gets very old and they get sick, you might have to put them down, which is very sad. So Nader, can you use that in a sentence, one of the definitions?
Hello, I don't believe in merciful killing, so I will never put down my animal.
Good. That's a very good example. You don't believe in merciful killing, so you would never put down your animal. Okay, good example. Let's move on to 18 and see if we can get through the last few really quickly. 18, this is a good one. To put up with. It can mean to allow someone or something unpleasant or annoying to exist or happen. For example, my mother won't put up with my sisters or I swearing. She won't allow it. Another example is, she puts up with bad behavior from her boyfriend. Okay, so let's hear from Omar. Can you try to use put up with in a sentence?
Okay. Yeah. He put me up because I commit a mistake.
So you need to say put up with. So remember that put up with means to allow. So if you made a mistake and someone allowed it, you can say, he puts up with me when I make a mistake.
Okay.
Okay, you want to try again?
Okay. He put me up with my problem.
Okay, so he puts up with your problems.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so there's no me in between the put and up. Just be aware of that, okay? He puts up with my problems. Okay? Number 19, turn up. This can mean to be found unexpectedly. For example, oh, my phone turned up in my bed. Or to arrive at a place. For example, as always, Julian turned up late. You could say, Julian turned up late to the dinner party. And the last definition is to increase the volume, temperature of something by pressing a button. So you can say, please turn the music up. I love this song. Turn up the volume. Okay, so let's hear from Mohammed. Do you want to give that one a try?
Yes. Can you turn up your Facebook and listen to me?
Can you repeat that?
I don't know. It's not correct.
Okay, why don't you try another one?
No, I can't.
Okay, so I'll say, I always find something in the last place I'm looking. It just turns up out of the blue. It turns up unexpectedly. Okay, and the last one we're going to do real quick is watch out. I'm just going to give the definition. This is to be aware of something dangerous. For example, watch out, in the mountain, there are bears there. Okay, so if someone yells at you, watch out, they mean look around because something is dangerous. Okay, so we're out of time for today. So I'm going to turn off the screen share And oh, and Kwang wrote, hold on can mean wait a minute. Yeah, you can also say, hold on, just 1 minute. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and join me in classes next week, okay? Take care,
Okay,
everybody.
Maureen.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you.
teacher,
Bye,
one
Maureen.
question.
I'll put the file on the page if I can, or
Okay.
send me
Oh,
an
yeah.
email. Send me an email if you want the presentation, and
Okay.
send me a message on
I put my
Verblink.
email in Google Chat.
Yes, you can send me a message on Verblink, and I'll write it to
Okay.
you in the message. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, have a great
Bye bye.
day. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Maureen.
Thank you. Thank you.